Hello everyone, welcome to my channel World of AWS. I hope you all are doing good. So we are continuing with Terraform tutorial, and in this video we are going to talk about provisioners in Terraform. Okay, so there are a lot of use cases of provisioner, and there are three type of provisioner available in Terraform. Okay, so first one is the local exact provisioners, remote exact provisioners, and file provisioners. Okay, so in this video we will be covering five use cases of local provisioners. Okay, so local provisioners, when like we use it whenever we need to execute some commands locally, or we need to store some output file uh, whenever we are creating AWS resources or some other cloud resources using Terraform script. Okay, so different type of provisioner in Terraform serve a specific purpose and are used based on the requirement of your infrastructure provisioning and configuration. So we have some explanation here as well. So we are going to talk about local exact provisioners. Okay, so purpose: execute command on the machine using Terraform, your local machine. Okay, use case: typically used for local task or action that don't require execution on the remote machine. For example, creating local files, running local script, and etc. We have also like consideration limited to the capabilities of the machine running Terraform. Security implication should be considered. Okay, so whenever you are working with local exact provisioner, then you have to mm, you have to consider your security concern here. Okay, so so let me open Terraform documentation here. So you can see local exact provisioners. Okay, the local exact provisioners invoke a local executable. Okay, after a resource is created, this is invoke a process on the machine running Terraform, not on the resources. Okay, so why we need to use it and what are the some use cases. So suppose you want to create one EC2 instance and you want to store the IP address, public and private IP address of that EC2 instance. Okay, then you have to use local exact provisioners. Okay, to store the IP address of that EC2 instance, whatever EC2 instance you are creating. And you can perform some task as well, like using local exact provisioners. You can run your script for different kind of use cases. So let's go back to the documentation that I have created. So I have created some main use cases of local exact provisioners. So the first one is post resource creation action. Okay, you might want to perform action on the local machine after a particular resource is created. Okay, so what we have to do, like we have to use provisioners. What it's saying exactly, like whenever you are creating one EC2 instance and suppose you want to display message like this, that your resource EC2 instance is created successfully. Okay, you want to display this message as output, then you have to use local exact provisioners. Okay, how we can do it, let's go and see. So let me delete this file. Okay, let me delete all the file. Let me close this terminal and let me create local dot tf. Okay, so we are going to see this key use case right now. So post resource creation action. Okay, so what it means actually, we want to display one message after our resource is getting created. We want to display message that our resources get created successfully. Okay, so let's go back to the Terraform documentation. Okay, so we just have to copy this. Okay, and go here, and first let me use provider section here. Provider will be AWS, and then after that region we have to mention. Region will be US East 1, as we are creating our resources in US East 1. Okay, and then after that whatever code we have just copied, we have to use that. And in this we are not going to use this message. Okay, so we want to display echo, what is sources get created we want to display this message. Okay, now we have defined already provider section. We now have to define the resource section, and then we have to use our AMI. So for that we need to go to here and just click on launch instance, and here we can see the AMI ID. So I am going to launch Ubuntu EC2 instance. We just have to copy this AMI ID and we have to use it here. Okay, AMI ID, then we have to use instance type. Okay, so what instance type we want to launch? t2.micro. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to save it. Okay, eco resource get created successfully, so it will display up whenever our EC2 instance get created, this command will get executed and it will display. Let me write EC2, okay, instead of resource. EC2 get created successfully. I want to execute this. Okay, so let me run Terraform init. Sorry, Terraform init. So what it does actually, Terraform init, it initialize the our backend repository. Okay, now let's run Terraform plan to see the plan, whatever resources is going to get created. Okay, so plan 1 to add, 0 to change. You can see the exact plan. So now run Terraform apply auto approve. So you can use this command if you don't want to give the value as you want to create resources. Okay, so it will directly create the resources. It won't ask for approval because we have already used auto approve command. Okay, so our resource is getting created. So let's see, it will also execute this echo. So EC2 get created successfully, it will execute. Okay, so let's wait for a few seconds more. So our instance is getting created. Okay, so you can see executing WinBash, see echo EC2 gets created successfully. Okay, so we can see the EC2 get created successfully, as we can see, right? So it means our our resources get created successfully, and we want to display this message as a successful like creation of our resources. Okay, so this one is the first use case. Let's go back to the another use case. Okay, local logging or recording. Okay, you might want to log information about the resources created, such as IP address or other metadata, to a local file or a later reference. Okay, so like suppose you want to create 4 5 how many EC2 instance you have, and you want to store all the public and private address, sorry, public and private IP address of that EC2 instance, okay, in a file. Then how you can do it? You have to use local exact provisioner in this case. Okay, so let me run Terraform destroy first. Okay, this will destroy our resources, whatever resources is get created in the like when we are displaying this message. Okay, so let's go back to the Terraform documentation, and we have to use this, okay, command and echo dollar. We are defining the variable self dot private IP. Okay, so it's going to fetch whatever EC2 instance it's going to launch. It will directly fetch the IP address of that EC2 instance. Okay, so that's why in variable we have mentioned self dot private IP. Okay, so let's copy this. Okay, and go back to here, and as our resources is getting deleted, now let's use this. Okay, and suppose we want to like store the private and public IP both, then what we have to do? We have to just copy this, and let's use okay, so just after this we have to use. Okay, and here we have to use, sorry, here we have to use code. So yeah, there is no error now. So let's save this. Okay, and instead of private, just here use public IP. Okay, and here as well public IP. Okay, so and let's use here count meta argument, because I want to create 4 EC2 instance. Okay, so count is 4. Let's save this and delete whatever state file we have, and save this again. And now, so we are going to store private and public IP of the 4 EC2 instance that we are creating. Okay, so we are using count meta argument as well to create 4 EC2 instance, and we will be having 2 private IP file, one private IP file and one public IP file. Okay, it will create and it will store all the public and private IP address in this file. Okay, so let's run. So I don't need to Terraform init first. Okay, Terraform plan to see the plan. Okay, yeah, you can see plan 4 to add, 0 to change, 0 to destroy, right? So now let's run Terraform apply -- auto approve, so it won't ask for approval. Okay, so resources will get created automatically. So our resources is going to get created. You can see Bev1 web 0, web 3, web 2. So all the resources are going to get created. Okay, so let's wait for some time. There will be two file here, we can see will get created, and we can see public and public and private IP address of that whatever EC2 instance it will launch. So we can see public and private IP address of that EC2 instance. Okay, so yeah, two file got created, one for private IP address and another one for public IP address, right? So you can see we have four public IP address, we have four private IP address. Okay, so this is the another use case of local exact provisioner. So you can use to store and log some data of your resources. Okay, so let's jump to the AWS console and see how many instances got launched. Just refresh it. Okay, you can see there are four instances. This one is running. Okay, and let's match the IP address. So 54.163 and 196 and 05. So public IP address 54.196, okay, and this one, right, 54.136, yeah, 95. So this one is the IP address for this instance. Okay, so similar to the all instance, we have store all the IP address of all the instance, public IP address as well as private IP address. So let's go back to the documentation and look for the other use cases. So we have another use case like notification or alerting. So we can also use local exact provisioner to trigger local notification or alert after resource creation. Okay, so what we have to do in that case, we have to write shell script. Okay, and we have to run the shell script using this command. Okay, so I am not going to show you in the real time. I will show you in the later videos this all the use cases. Now I have shown you two use cases. In a lot of video I have just seen they are showing logging and recording. Okay, that's it. But I thought it will be better to discuss all the use cases. Okay, so I have shown you in the real time two use cases, and later on we are going to see all the use cases. So another use case, we have custom local validation. After resource creation, you might want to perform custom local validation check or test to ensure the created resources is functioning as expected. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to run the test, we have to create the shell script file, and we have to run it to execute the local validation of whatever resources and whatever resources we have created. Okay, so that is functioning properly or not, we have to create shell script and we have to run it using local exact provisioner. And another use case we have is local cleanup. Okay, in some cases you might need to perform local cleanup action after destroying resources. Okay, so for this one we also need to write some shell script according to our use case. So according to our use case we need to write some shell script and we can execute that shell script using local exact provisioner. Okay, so I hope you found this video informative and helpful. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel, and if you have any query then do let me know in the comment section. And if you are new to my channel then please check out my other videos as well. Okay, other playlist as well. And thanks for watching, keep supporting, see you in the next video.